Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to another live stream edition of the World Elite Podcast. My name is Dylan Aber, and I hope everyone is having a tremendous Wednesday. Back again. We were out last week. It's nice. We feel refreshed. Be back this week. But of course, we are not alone. And first, I'm going to introduce my guys. First, we got Jordan Johnson. Jordan, what's going on today, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. The rain sucks over here, but I'm doing good.
Yeah, rain's terrible. Like we're in the running for an ice storm that's going to be happening this weekend, and that's something we're not used to over here. I think today's the 1-year anniversary of the big old snow blizzard we got in Louisiana last year. So I've been seeing that pop across my social media all day today, probably. And then we have our guy Blaine Arsenault. Blaine, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? We just cranked up high school baseball yesterday, so my favorite two things at this time of the year: road to WrestleMania and high school baseball.
Absolutely, yeah. We were supposed to do the show. Well, we were supposed to do a show Tuesday, but then I got the word that you had the scrimmage going on Tuesday, so I moved it to Monday. But then you said you had your coach interview on Monday, so we moved it to today. But then your coach interview on Monday got moved to tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
it's just been been crazy trying to schedule these coaches interviews, but we getting them done.
Yeah, like I told you, man, you've been going hard at these coach interviews, man. I've been getting graphic requests left and right. Hey, can you make this one? Can you make that one? I'm like,
yeah.
Of course. But like I said, we didn't come alone. And as you can tell, we have one of the most recognizable faces in all of wrestling podcasting. He is on every night with the Circle of Debate. The Redeemer, Justin, what's going on, brother?
What is going on, guys? Always happy, of course, to be back here on World Elite. World Elite. As always.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for joining, of course, man. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
Always happy to be here with you guys. You know that.
And then we go from the most recognizable face to one who no one recognizes at all. I always see the YouTube videos of people of wrestling fans letting their non-wrestling fan friends, watch this, get their reactions on this. And I feel like this is kind of something that I'm doing today. And I actually had a chance of doing that this past weekend. We're going to talk about in a second. But it was my childhood best friend growing up. He's my best friend now. So please, everyone, finally welcome to the show, Gary. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Now this is the part where I normally like if there's someone new on the show, I get their take on how they became a wrestling fan. But since this is not the case, I'm not going to do that today. So we're obviously going to move straight past that into what we're actually talking about. But Gary, thanks for joining, man. We were actually going to get you on for the Christmas special, but obviously we didn't do the show that week. Took the week off for the holiday, so I said at some point I'm going to bring you on for something, and I feel like this is the perfect one to bring you on for, because before we even get into our topics, there was a show that Jordan, myself, my wife, and then Gary had a chance going to this past weekend. Now, independent wrestling does not come around here very often. Yes, it does happen in the state very often, but I'm not traveling over 2.5 hours to go to an indie show for people that I really don't know. Now they advertised the show back in November, I want to say, is when I saved the picture. And I bought the tickets probably 2 weeks prior to the event. And we sat second row. It was, I mean, honestly, you could have sat anywhere in the building and it was a pretty good seat. It was inside of a skating rink. But it's a skating rink that's not a skating rink anymore. It hasn't been a skating rink in probably over 10 years. It's mainly used for events, for after graduation parties, for college fairs, for high school students and whatnot, or independent wrestling. And this was I want to say one of my third or fourth time going to this type of event. I brought a couple friends with me the last couple of times, but this was the first time I was able to bring Jordan to something like this, to my wife to something like this, and Gary to something like this. And my wife and of course Gary they're not wrestling fans by any means. So I was the most excited to bring them to something like this. So I'll kind of give my take on it before I swing it over to Jordan and of course to Gary for this. I thought it was a good show. For what it was worth, for the people that were there, I thought it was a really good show. Now, there's obviously people who go to these things that have never really experienced like the top tier stuff, like an AEW or WWE or anything like this. So this is their type of stuff to go check the wrestling out. And honestly, there were so many kids there. The kids had a great time, and as long as they had a good time, I had a good time. And there was really no controversies, no nothing, people getting mad at somebody or anything like that. It was all around a great show. So to the town that put the show on, I got to give it to them. They did a really good job. Everyone had a great time. But the only thing I'm going to nitpick on, and I know Gary and I know Jordan and even Blaine know where I'm going with this, and I think Justin's the only one that's going to be new to this, is that whenever the poster came out in November, it was obviously a lot of independent superstars they put on it, but front and center was Hall of Famer and one half of the Rock and Roll Express, and it's Ricky Morton. And I'm like, fuck. I said, Ricky Morton's going to be there? Yeah. I said, count me in. I said, obviously, I'm going to this. He no-showed.
Oh, God.
He was not there at all.
No.
So when the event started, and I'm even going to the beginning of the event because it was a very confusing beginning to the event, and not even when the action started, but they brought the ring bell inside of the ring to do a 10-bell salute. And I'm thinking to myself, who died recently? I said, someone must have died recently. And for some odd reason, per request, they did a 10-bell salute for Hulk Hogan.
What the fuck?
I said, Hulk Hogan died forever ago.
Are y'all like that behind? What?
So as they're doing the 10-bell salute, which was the fastest 10-bell salute I've ever seen in my life, I'm kind of scanning the room because it's just to get the look on people's faces of what's going on. The older people, obviously, bowing their heads in respect, but I'm looking at the younger people and I want to see what their take is on this. And I can see a lot of confusion as to what's going on because you do a 10-bell salute for someone who just, who actually died recently, not someone who died mid last year. So as I'm scanning the room, I look at Gary. He's confused as hell. I look at my wife. She's absolutely dumbfounded. And then I look at Jordan. He's just happy to be there. So,
way to go, Jordan. Just bring the energy. That's all it is.
So
you definitely did too.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
So as the show's going on, and I can tell they were not prepared for a show like this because they haven't had one in over 10 years. They ran out of food by intermission. And they had the hardest fucking chairs that we were sitting on. I thought we were getting a good deal by sitting second row. Shit, we were sitting on steel chairs. And by the second or third match, I felt like my ass cheeks were about to fall off.
Good old mama.
You gotta love it. But overall, if you put away the weird 10-bell salute, you put together the food running out, the chairs being very uncomfortable, the general admission seats were church pews. Yeah, I thought for what it's worth, the money I spent, and for everyone spent, I should say, it was a pretty decent show. So I got to give it to him for that. And I'm actually excited to hear what Gary has to say about this show, because this was his first live wrestling event that he's ever been to. He's never been to something like this. He's not a wrestling fan by any means. He's seen wrestling shows at my house, but to go to one live and to see it actually perform, Gary, what you think about it?
Well, so in the beginning, I was very thrown off. It started off very slow. I mean, the first match, I think, lasted maybe 20 seconds. It was crazy. And something that you and I talked about after the show, every single villain won.
Yeah,
every person from Louisiana lost. And the only match where there was no one from Louisiana, both people lost, because they both fell out of the ring and they counted the 10 seconds and they were like, it's a no contest, they both lose. So I was very thrown off in the beginning. I was like, this is really slow, but me and Dylan talked about it and he's like, don't have any expectations. So I was like, I don't really know what to expect anyways. But right before intermission, there was a match, and that's kind of when I felt it started to pick up. I was like, you know what? I can see why people are really into this, and I could definitely say that I'm starting to become a wrestling fan. I wouldn't mind going and watching WWE and stuff at Dylan's house and stuff, but overall, I had a really good time, especially for $15. My only complaint for me was that I told Dylan I wanted some nachos and they had sold out by intermission, so I couldn't even get any food.
I bet that show is anything better than AEW. I'll tell you that.
Oh God.
Don't watch AEW, man. I'm forewarning you.
Yeah. I think I did. I think that might have been the first thing I watched at Dylan's house, actually.
Yeah, the first show you actually came and watched, I think, was All In. And
Well,
it was
that show that wasn't that bad, but everything afterwards sucked.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to independent wrestling, independent wrestling fans are, for what it's worth, but when you come to the Deep South, yeah, it gets a little bit weirder. And there was one particular fan who was just losing her shit the whole fucking night. I mean, she took that shit seriously.
And she knew everyone too. Somehow.
Yeah, she knew everybody. She was hugging everybody. It's like, did she tour with them or something?
All of the villains, she's like, screw you, and all of the main
she was
people,
flipping them
she's
off
like,
and everything.
I love you. It was crazy.
Yeah, she was legit flipping people off. I'm like, dude, there's fucking kids around. I'm like, calm down.
I mean, at one point there was this guy. He was the what was his name? The Mr. Intelligent or something.
Oh yeah. He came out there like tapping out.
Yeah, and she was like, I'm gonna wrestle you or something, and she tried to climb over the fence.
Oh.
It was insane. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, for me overall, as someone who's new to wrestling and stuff, I had a good time Saturday.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Jordan, what about you?
Yeah, I think it was a very fun show. Just not seeing Ricky Morton come out, and then the chairs was hard like a rock. So, but it was a pretty decent show.
Yeah, and the crazy part is they even said at the beginning of the show, the announcer was there. He said Ricky Morton's running late. And then they start playing the Rock and Roll Express theme song, and one of the bad guys came out, was talking about him, talking about Robert Gibson. And I'm like, oh, I said he'll probably come out during the main event or something. They'll probably do something to where this guy has to compete again because he won the world title in the opening match. But of course, they always do something to where they're going to tag up at the end of the show. And I said, that's where we're going to get Ricky Morton. Didn't get nothing. And there's no explanation. So I even went to social media and I actually messaged a few of the talent because I would like to bring them on the show as well. But I even mentioned to them, I said, did y'all hear anything of Ricky Morton? I said, why he wasn't there. And either they were told not to say nothing or they really just don't know what happened. And they all said they don't know. So I paid $15 to watch an overweight man win a world title and get no Ricky Morton. So
and
to eat
Sonic the Hedgehog style fucking 10 bell salute for Hulk Hogan.
that was dude, that was nuts because they brought the bell. I'm like, oh, I said somebody died or something in the independent scene or something like that. And no, it was Hulk Hogan. I'm like, whoa.
I love how you said they flew through it too, just like ding, 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 ding,
Like,
ding, ding,
it
ding,
was
10
a
bells.
fast 10 bell salute. I mean, for whenever someone passes in like the bigger brands, when they do one like on WWE or something like that, it actually takes a good little minute. This one took like a solid maybe like 15 seconds.
Wow.
I mean, they ran through that shit and 15 seconds being generous.
Shit.
It's about all you deserve anyway.
The whole night, like I was looking at my wife, just getting her reaction to things, and man, she was enjoying that the kids were having fun, but herself in general probably won't go to something like this again. So
I don't blame him.
yeah, I know. But like I said, overall, it was a decent show. If they come back around and they advertise somebody, am I going to go hoping that they're going to be there? No. So, because the first one I actually went to, before we move on, the first event like this I've actually been to at the skating rink was over 10 years ago. And the main event, now obviously they tagged with someone a lot younger to where the younger people did more of the action, was Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the One Man Gang. And they were actually there. And they were there at the beginning of the show, so I knew obviously they're gonna do something in the main event. But whenever your biggest star used to be a cop in the town, yeah, that kind of says a lot about your promotion. So yeah, so that was a fun way to open. All right, so moving on to actual wrestling talk. And I did say before the show, so I don't sound like an asshole whenever I tell Gary this, but I did say that Gary was omitted from these topics because I know he really won't have much to give on this. Gary, if you do feel like butting in and saying something, that if you want to give something, feel free.
Okay.
But you're not obligated to.
Don't worry, Gary. I might not have none either.
Fair enough.
Depending on what topic it is.
Well, the first one has to do with AEW, but it's not like into like AEW. It's just somebody in AEW.
Oh yeah, no, we good.
I'm being like, boo, Blaine said this sucks.
All right, so moving on, we actually have two people that are leaving their respective companies. The first one, we do know that he is more than likely going to the WWE. Now, the second one was announced today, and we have absolutely no idea what's in store for him. Powerhouse Hobbs, they announced at the end of Dynamite. Oh, I think when they were either taping Collision or their tape Collision, and him and the Ops lost the trios titles to Hangman and Jet Speed. The news came out that his contract was expiring at midnight. He is now a free agent, but it looks like now he is going to the WWE. I'd like to get takes on this, and also Tommaso Ciampa, who's also leaving WWE, but there's no word as of right now where he's going to go, whether it's TNA, AEW, or just roll on the indie scene, kind of like how Killer Cross is doing, kind of like how Matt Cardona did, and just basically going show to show without having a contract and just going to work the indies. So starting obviously, Justin, working our way up. What is your take on both of these guys? I mean, this is something big and kind of a shock for Powerhouse Hobbs because he was a champion in AEW right before his contract expired and losing it. So it's not like he wasn't on TV.
That's true. Very true. Hobbs, to me, is not really like it's definitely a surprise overall, but it's definitely like a good. In the end, it's going to be a good thing for Hobbs. Like it's not. I'm not saying like AEW was a terrible spot for Hobbs to land because he didn't do that bad in AEW. Honestly, TNT champion, trios champion. He was in 4 different factions during this whole run. It wasn't the greatest run he could have had in the company, but it wasn't the worst because he was on TV a lot. Like literally, they were using him a lot. And And I know like one thing that was like absolutely a great thing that they always kept bringing up when they talked about Hobbs was the story that they had, where they were like that he talked about like why he began wrestling, like the whole thing about his brother and everything else like that. When they told that story on commentary, I go, oh my God, how do you not want to be behind this guy? Like, you want to see him go far. You want to see him succeed. And honestly, I think him going to WWE is going to just be the best thing that could happen to him. Because honestly, like if you're going to bring him in, I know a lot of people are going to say main roster, put him on the main roster already. I don't think you should. Right now, NXT needs it a lot because right now they've basically been rated. A lot of people have been called up. They just called a lot of people up there from Evolve, but they still kind of feel like they're missing some pieces here and there since these bigger names got called up. Honestly, you could slide Hobbs right in the Obafemi spot in NXT, give him a tear, have him run tear down in NXT. That man's going to go freaking far. And then you don't even have to really keep him in NXT long. You get him like really built up in NXT fast, do a lot with him. You call him up, everyone's going to be like, well, here comes Powerhouse Hobbs. We're all done for on the main roster. I think it's great. Ciampa is definitely a shock. Like, he's been in WWE for so long. And now it's like his contract's up. He's leaving. Multiple times he's been like his contract came up, he re-signed. Most of the time he just keeps re-signing. Now he's finally just like, okay, I thank WWE for everything. Everybody else part of the company, thank you for being like here, but it's time for me to go to greener pastures, do whatever else. Like, maybe Ciampa, to me, I have a feeling in a weird way, AEW, because he's so used to the indies. He's so used to the indie stuff. Like he used to mess around in PWG and all that other stuff like that. AEW is kind of like basically associated with PWG and all that style and everything, like the goofiness and stuff like that, and the wrestling matches and everything else. I could see him going there. I really do. Unfortunately, I probably see him like ending up with the Callis family, and we'll be down to like 18 members now, which would just be absolutely ridiculous overall. But I do have a feeling he's going to end up in AEW. I do think he's going to end up in AEW. I really do. I think it just fits him. Like I would love, honestly, you want to give him a good place to end up, TNA. With them needing something right now and they feel like they're kind of rebooting their roster. Now they're losing a ton of names. You send him over to AEW or send him over to TNA and he'll just run tear there, honestly. Like him and Mike Santana as a matchup would be absolutely nuts for the world title. That would be great. Ciampa, just you build him up as a psycho killer in TNA. He's just, it's a great thing to do with him. So they are shocks for sure. Ciampa not as much compared to Hobbs because Hobbs was on TV a lot compared to Ciampa, but it's definitely still a surprise that Ciampa's finally moving on. But I think that these two are definitely going to end up getting some kind of big success for themselves. And honestly, you have options. That's the best thing for them is they don't have to just resort to falling into the indies. You have like the bigger name companies still that are on TV, TNA, WWE, AEW, you have them. It could happen.
Yeah. Right.
Both came completely shocked to me. Hobbs, I know he's been there since day one. I didn't think I'll see him leave and to go to WWE. I think that's perfect fit for him. I think he should go to NXT. Basically start over from ground zero. Just build yourself back up to that monster that you was when you first came into to AEW. And excuse me. And as far as Ciampa, I'm just finding out now. I didn't read none of this earlier, so I seen the overlay. I'm like, oh damn, that's completely shocking. I thought he would be a Triple H guy for the rest of his life. But
yeah,
it is what it is. He gotta. I guess he's not happy, or they're not doing anything with him, so he gotta go make his money somewhere.
Yeah. Jordan.
Yeah, with Powerhouse Hobbs, I think it's a good fit for him in WWE, and with Ciampa, I think yeah, like Justin said, AEW or TNA would be a good fit for him.
Yeah. So the Powerhouse Hobbs news when it came out, last Wednesday, and I think it came out like almost about an hour, even 30 minutes after Dynamite. Like it was very, very quick because I watched Dynamite, and then I get on my phone, and then all of a sudden I start seeing all over the internet as it's Hobbs leaving AEW, and he's already expected to sign with like WWE. I'm like, God damn. I said that was quick. I mean, for someone to leave, they don't have a plan that quickly. And it seemed like that was already in the works before the contract even expired. But his actually came as a big surprise because the ops have been on TV quite often, you know, trios champions. And yeah, it completely came out of left field. But Powerhouse Hobbs, yeah, I would stick to NXT because of just the people they're losing on NXT. They're losing Obafemi. I'm pretty sure at some point Ricky, Ethan Page are going to be gone too. I can imagine that Ethan Page, this has to be one of his last NXT runs. I mean, if not the last one already. Same thing with Ricky. I mean, whenever you look at AEW people who cross over to WWE, I started thinking, you know, some of the guys don't need NXT. And, you know, I was thinking Ricky don't need NXT. Ethan Page don't need NXT. But then you look at the people who leave NXT and you got to fill that void with somebody. And there's absolutely no one to fill that void with. For the thing is, you can't lose a bigger star and then replace them with someone from Evolve. I mean, it's not how things work in the business. So you got to replace them with one of these big names that's coming over from AEW. And for me, I was even saying that Blake Monroe even didn't need NXT. And for me, she still don't need NXT.
I think she did. That's me personally. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a part of me that says she did, but a part of me says she did not need NXT at all.
She remind me of y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but she remind me of how can I put it? A Maxine Dupree, but just like a step or two above her. Wrestling wise.
See, her in-ring stuff has always been really good because she has basically been known from when she was in Japan, which is good. That's what really got her.
I didn't know she was out there.
Yeah, that's what got her really big. I think it's just because of the fact that because when you go to WWE, your style kind of gets contained. You don't have like this big availability to do stuff in ring wise like you do like in AEW or on the indies or in Japan or anything else. WWE kind of puts you in this like little container and says, this is the extent of how much you can do wrestling wise. And that's why we kind of feel like we don't see a lot from Blake Monroe overall. I know in ring wise, she's fantastic, but I think it was, I agree with you with though, the whole moving her to NXT start with was actually the right decision because you want the crowd to be able to know who she is before she gets called to the main roster because unlike freaking, unfortunately, Julia right now, a prime example, they didn't give her any time, I feel like, in NXT for anybody to get adjusted to her, know anything about her, get any kind of acquaintance of what we were going to expect for her in ring wise. They just booted her up to the main roster and then paired her with Kiana James and said, well, do you like her? Do you like her? Like, first off, I already like her to begin with. But the fact that you got the crowd that just literally does not give a damn about her, and that sucks because they just are, you can hear crickets in that freaking arena when she wrestles. It just sucks for her big time. Like Mariah made the right decision starting in NXT, and a little bit longer that she's there gets her more acquainted to the WWE universe.
Yeah, now the only reason why I say that Hobbs should go to NXT first is just because of the people they're losing. And they're losing quite a bit of people. And when you got to have them fill that void. Also, I would not change the name too much. If you take away Powerhouse, fine. And keep Hobbs or something. Don't change it completely because
Just call him Will.
Is Hobbs his real name?
It's Will. Just call him Will Hobbs. Yeah.
Or that. Or that. Yeah. Now, Tommaso Ciampa also came out of complete surprise to me. I would do TNA more than AEW because AEW, and it sucks to say, he's going to get lost in the shuffle. Either they add him to the Don Callis family, which already has way too many members in it, or he's just going to get lost in the shuffle. Because look what they just did this past weekend. MJF was at that indie event. They signed 2 indie guys, Alec Price and that other guy,
Jordan
and they're competing on Dynamite. But after that, what's going to happen after that?
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor. They're getting shipped to Ring of Honor, and that's it. This is the only appearance they're going to have on Dynamite, and they're going straight to Ring of Honor, and you're not going to see them again. And I think it's like I said, it's getting lost in the shuffle. That roster is way too big. And yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks to say, you know, that when the releases happen, but I just think there's so many people, and fucking Tony Khan is adding contract after contract after contract, giving out contracts like there's no tomorrow. So if I was Tommaso Ciampa, being smart with myself, I would go to TNA. TNA, and like I'm going to talk about in a couple minutes, they lost a lot of people before that premiere. And I really think that he can go over there and actually make something for himself. Like you mentioned, go fight Mike Santana. Mike Santana and Tommaso Ciampa would do so good.
Money.
I would not like to see him in AEW at all. But Hobbs, I think he's going to do well. If he goes to NXT, fine. If they ship him straight to the main roster, I'm not sure how much I'm going to love it, because I feel like it's almost like the Julia treatment. It's going to be crickets after a couple appearances, and they're not going to know who he is too much, because a lot of people don't watch a lot of AEW because a lot of fans are just pro WWE, Blaine, and and
Good one. That was a good one.
But in all fairness, I mean, it's the absolute truth, though. A lot of people just watch strictly WWE and they don't know who Powerhouse Hobbs is. So go to NXT and give them a chance to know who he is. And that gives them a chance to go on the internet, search for Powerhouse Hobbs, and watch his highlights from AEW to see what he was about over there. He was a former champion over there, and he actually did really good work over there. So ship him to NXT first, let him do his thing there, and let him debut on the main roster after having a great run in NXT. All right, moving on to an event that happened this past Thursday. One that I was excited for. I wasn't so excited for it after it was over. But I would love to know what y'all thought about the TNA premiere on AMC. Blaine, did you get a chance to watch the premiere on AMC?
I watched the ending, which was fucking cruel.
Well, if you just watched the ending, then it was all right. But if
I think that was the ending. The clip that I watched, that shit was cruel.
Well, the ending was in the picture, Mike Santana winning the title from Frank.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. Then.
Well, what'd you see then?
I'm talking about. Wait, no. So this must be old. And when Moose spears Alexander in front of his family, that must be old.
That's an old clip.
Oh,
whoa,
shit.
Josh Alexander's not even in TNA no more.
Yeah.
See?
Josh Alexander is unfortunately he's in AEW now, part of the Callis family.
Yeah, he's a 100 member of the Don Callis family.
Well, for some reason that clip popped up, and I thought that was like the other day or something.
Oh,
I just seen the clip for the first time.
Shit, if that would have happened, that would have made this show so much better. Because it unfortunately was not great. I mean, coming into the premiere, and I'll actually go first on this one before I swing it to Justin, because I just got to get it out. And it actually started off good. It started off with AJ. Now, it was a confusing beginning because all they did was they popped his graphic up with no music, and it kind of confused me for a little bit. I'm like, are they just going to show AJ's graphic? Is he going to be out later? Is he opening the show? And then finally the music started. So I was very confused at first when he did that. But then, started off great. Even had a great opening match with Order 4 and Hardys and who was Elijah,
yeah.
And then you had the Righteous come out. They even did that thing in the hoop of Jeff Hardy's ear. They did it. They tied it to the bottom turnbuckle. I mean, it was pretty nuts. But after that, the show went on just a downward roller coaster, and it just went all the way down. It didn't even go back up after that. And the only time it went back up was for the main event, because I thought it was a pretty good show in the main event. The rest of it, not great. Because TNA going into this premiere, you lose a couple of people. You lose the entire faction of the Rascals to AEW. And AEW even released Trey Miguel after some past stuff. And then they lost Jake something to AEW, who's already in
part of the Callis family.
Part of the Callis family. He's Jake Doyle now, and he's already teaming up with Mark Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's also in the Callis family. Kind of feel like if I'm kind of naming someone from AEW, more than likely 9 times out of 10 they're in the Downcast family.
Now they sound like a fucking. Now they sound like instead of a tag team, they sound like a law firm. Fucking Davis and Doyle law firm. Tell me that don't sound like one.
The modern day NWO. That's what they are.
And more than likely, if you're kind of a big name and you're debuting in AEW, you're gonna be in the Don Callis family. So take note, Tommaso Ciampa. It's gonna happen if you debut in AEW.
Oh man.
But the rest of the show, like I said, I didn't find it was fantastic. Because like I said, going into this, they lost a bunch of people. And their X Division champion was having visa issues to where he couldn't even get into the country for the show, which I thought sucked. He was able to appear on a SmackDown though, which I thought was pretty cool.
That was awesome.
To go against Carmelo Hayes, that was pretty cool.
Money.
The segment that confused me the most, and I'm pretty sure Justin, you're probably gonna agree with me on it. Jordan probably also was the Elegance brand. That confused me.
Fucking what?
Were we supposed to know who that was?
I
Like
think
that
they
was
thought we
awesome.
knew. I think they thought we knew who it was.
And the sad part is that the announcers are like, oh, who that was all this time, or who? Who was that supposed to be? I mean, it was such a weird segment, and I was just hoping that it would end as soon as it started.
Oh my god.
And it led to the Inspiration losing the tag titles, which we all know now they are also leaving TNA. So TNA is taking quite a hit after 1 week of their AMC premiere. Overall, the show is not great. If I'm gonna give it a grade, I'm leaning towards like a C minus, even a D plus on this one. It was not fantastic. I was excited for this, and I was excited for TNA, and it did not deliver at all. The main event had multiple referee botches. They even counted to 3 whenever someone kicked out. It was not great. The main event did what it could, and the right person won. Santana won the title back. But now, I really don't know. I'm really not even going to watch probably tomorrow because I really don't want to. It just wasn't good. Justin, what you got on this one?
So going into it, I was excited because finally it's TNA on a actual obtainable channel, which is, again, is it a weird spot for them to end up on AMC? Absolutely, because AMC having wrestling, when the hell's that ever happened? Never. But finally end up on a channel that everyone can actually access, and you got actually a lot of people excited because even like for me, I kind of fell off watching TNA. I would keep up with it through all the clips on YouTube and everything else, and I would know where the hell we're at basically from there. But when they announced that they were moving to AMC, I go, okay, I can't wait for this because you know what? I want to get back into watching TNA religiously. I used to watch TNA like that all the time. And then when they moved all over to these different channels that you couldn't actually get a hold of, you kind of fall off watching it. So you have to just kind of keep up with clips or watch it on other sites that you can't freaking really keep up with because they'll freaking tear it down and block them and take them off and everything else. So I got excited going into it. You know, they announced AJ Styles. I go, cool, this should be great. Basically, AJ is just a freaking flash in the pan appearance to just go, I'm not going to stay long. I'm just going to tell you guys, we're just going to get to the wrestling, and TNA is TNA. This is what we are. Total nonstop action. I'm like, so you brought AJ in for to basically sneeze, and then he left. That was the gist of it. Like, he showed up a bunch of other times backstage, but that's what you brought him here for. The guy that's basically Mr. TNA just came here to cut like a 5-minute promo, appear in backstage segments with the world champion and the challenger, and that's the gist of what he did. That was kind of disappointing, but it was just cool to see him back in TNA for a while again. But God, the production is the big glaring issue. The production on this show sucked. Like, it was awful. Like, the music was off. The music wouldn't play. the microphones sounded terrible. They kept cutting off in the middle of like segments and everything like that. I was like, this is awful. I'm like, this is your AMC debut, and you guys can't even get the audio down pat. That's not good. So, but it was, like I said, it was cool to see AJ on the show. Great.
Yeah.
The 6-man tag kicking it off, it was fine. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was like just watching Jeff get his ear master locked on a chain. It's just ridiculous. I just get weird, disgusting chills thinking about it because all I think about is Randy Orton with the screwdriver through the earlobe.
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah. I'll pass on that every single time. But I like it because I like the whole interaction of the Hardys and the Righteous because I like the Righteous. They're really like an intriguing team still to this day. I love it. The Ryan Nemeth stuff was goofy,
awful.
What the fuck?
It was horrible. That's what it was.
So stupid. Like I get it. He's supposed to be the comedy act for everybody, where he's just talking about my big brother, and I'm like, what the hell? This is the gist of what you do. This is the gist of what you do. You hype up your brother and act like an ass. Like, okay, that's Ryan Nemeth to a T. The Elegance brand stuff was awful. Like, again, when they reveal Mr. Elegance, I go, okay, who the fuck is this? And I'm sitting here going, no, who is this? And everybody else is watching it, and they're like dead silent. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? Somebody tell me something. I need to know who this is. He's standing there talking, hyping up the Elegance brand. I'm like, okay, I guess we're getting nothing out of this except a god awful segment that led into the Knockouts tag title match that has the Inspiration losing and leaving the company. Okay, cool. So now who does TNA have in a Knockouts tag division anymore? Nobody. They have the Elegance brand. That's it. Literally. Why do you think last night on NXT, 3 NXT teams just competed for a Knockouts tag team title match in the main event? Like, that is sad right now for TNA. It almost came down to the point where I'm just sitting there going, you know how I used to sit here and tell you WWE needs to get rid of their women's tag team titles? Guess what, TNA? It's time to put the Knockouts tag team titles back on the shelf for a while at this point. I didn't mind the Lei Ying Lee stuff with coming out and getting the open challenge from Zarya. That was cool. Being the fact that Danny Luna wasn't going to be there. She was another one who suffered through with the visa issues and everything else that couldn't get there. So you got an open challenge. I thought that was cool. Zarya answering it was awesome. Basically finding out that Joe Hendry was filling in for Leon Slater against Cedric Alexander and Moose. That was fine. Didn't hate it. The system stuff, it was what it was. It was JDC coming out to just basically say, hey, this Saturday is my last match. I'm facing my buddy Eddie Edwards. Okay, fine. I didn't hate that at all. Carlos Silva bringing out Dixie Carter, you could have fucking bypassed that 1000%. I did not care to see Dixie Carter's face whatsoever. Bully coming out again, awful. Like, I'm sitting there going, Bully, you could put her through a table, right? Once again, at least this show will do something by having us recreate Dixie going through a table. That's fine. But nope, Bully's a fucking sellout and just walks to the commentary table. Go fuck yourself, Bully Ray. And the main event, it was probably the best thing on the entire show until it freaking fell apart in multiple spots. Referee botches. Kazarian and Santana were having moments where they lost all freaking everything in the matchup. The main thing that main event did was get the title back on Mike Santana. That was legitimately it. I ended up rating it. I went down the middle that night when I did it, and just going back and looking at more and more and how just awful so much stuff was on this show, I have to rate it lower because I rate my stuff out of 5 on every watch along when I'm done with it, because that's like a weekly show. I do pay-per-views out of 10. I did out of 5 for this, and I gave it like 3, and now I'm going back and I'm re-rating it again. I'm going to give it like a freaking 2 because there was just like nothing. There was like literally 2 things on the show that were actually enjoyable, and this, unfortunately, one of them that was actually enjoyable was the main event that ended up falling apart a lot. So you really dropped the ball, TNA. Like, you have to now step it up from here on out. and basically do that. Like even the Daria Ray stuff, I didn't even care for that really. Like,
Oh yeah, that was bad.
when they brought her in, I thought it was cool because I thought she was gonna actually be part of the roster. She was going to wrestle, but all it is a redo of her being an authority figure. Fuck no, I will pass on all of that. And then Elena Black coming in. I don't really care for Elena Black, honestly. I think she's got a bad attitude. I think thinks her shit don't stink. So I'm not looking forward to her running the knockout, being in the knockouts division right now, especially with her and of course Tessa Blanchard in there, which I don't have to even talk about because you know where I stand on that. So good luck, TNA. You need to freaking fix a lot of shit going forward. So
yeah, and then TNA has a celebrity front row who I absolutely know who any of these people are. For one,
it's from it's from one of the AMC shows. That's all I know.
The only show I know on AMC that's not even on anymore is The Walking Dead, and that's the only show I know that was on AMC. Everything else I have no idea.
It's from some show named Dark Wings. That's all I know it was. And I was like, what the hell is this show? Is this on AMC freaking Plus or something? What is this?
And then for a TNA TV premiere, I would thought they would bring back a bunch of former TNA people who don't wrestle no more or whatever. And all you bring is AJ, which I was happy with, Dixie Carter and Bully Ray. That was it. I'm like, man, they dropped the ball big time on this.
Yeah,
and
but everybody else is like he's sitting right here, but the real Double J, he's in AEW.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that's not under contract, don't wrestle no more, retire, whatever. You could have brought back so many former
James
people.
Storm, Bobby Roode, like WWE. You're telling me with the partnership, you're not going to send and basically OG over there and Bobby Roode to show up on the show? Like, come on.
E.G. James, R-Truth.
Yep.
Blaine, you got anything to offer on the premiere, even though you didn't watch the right video? You thought it was Josh Alexander.
I didn't watch the right video, so no, I don't have anything.
All right. Jordan, anything from this? Yeah.
He's
cool to bring him there too.
He's with WWE right now, huh? Chris Park?
Yeah,
he's a producer.
Producer, for them, yeah. Because I seen him on the new documentary that came out season 2. Did I get a chance to watch any of that?
You could have had him show up and beat the fuck out of Ryan Nemeth, but no, we had to have him just freaking be an ass because Ryan Nemeth. Haha. I'm
on episode 2 right now.
I watched the second episode yesterday. I think after this I might go watch some more of it of the Unreal show. It's actually really good so far.
Yeah.
Is that the show you told me to watch? About like the behind the scenes stuff or no?
Yeah, because you can see the behind the scenes stuff because it actually shows you how things come about and whatnot, and actually show you like the backstage stuff.
All that one. Why the hell did they have to tell? Well, this is a clip that I seen earlier, or it's spoiled it for me. But why the hell they had to tell Cody about the fake knee injury? That was crazy.
Yeah.
With Seth Rollins in it, I don't know.
I just hate Unreal. It's so bad. Like, it's so dumb. Like, as a whole, like it's just so. I hate that. Let's reveal everything that happens backstage kind of shit. Like, we don't need to know this stuff. We don't care about this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I do. I care.
I applaud you for caring. Then. That's all I can say.
All right, Jordan, before we get to our Saturday night's main event predictions, Jordan, what did you think about the whole premiere? Did it live up, and what are you going to grade it?
So I was excited to watch it before. I didn't know it was going to be a bunch of shit, but no, the only thing is the main event. The main event was I think the best thing of the night. The rest of it, AJ, I was happy to see AJ, but after that, it just went to shit. So I'll give it a 2.
Let's go.
All right, nice, man. Got to tell it like it has, man. Wow,
that sums it straight the hell up.
Shit. That's
shit.
it.
That's the number one word. Shit.
And Steven gave it a thumbs down also. Show his dog shit. All right, well, let's get to our predictions for Saturday night's main event. And yes, Gary is taking part in this topic as well. He doesn't really know who anyone is. It doesn't matter. We'll see. Only 3 matches on the card so far. I would hope they would make a 4th. If not, it's going to be a very short show. We start off with the women's tag titles. We have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky taking on the team of the Judgment Day, which is Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. I'm not going to throw Gary into the fire and let him go first, so I'll start with Justin. Then we'll go Gary, and we'll work our way up. So, Justin, who you got, man?
They just basically put the titles on #Rio at this point. I love them as a tag team. Liv and Roxanne, again, Judgment Day. I wish you just all disband and go on your own at this point. I'm tired of the faction, period. I think Rhea and Io retain, honestly. I think it's just obvious here at this point. Like, it's just, we got to lead up to something that's going to, I guess, finally get some more dissension back in the freaking, like, on the playing field here between Judgment Day. So,
yeah, the moment I said that Gary wasn't going to go first, I heard typing in the background. He's probably Googling who is Rhea Ripley.
I wasn't typing at all.
Let's go. Let's go.
No, it wasn't me.
All right, Gary, who you rolling with in this one?
Okay, so you know, and maybe Jordan, I watch a lot of YouTube shorts. I do actually know who Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are.
Okay, there you go.
And I know that they have like a big feud over, what's his name, Rey Mysterio's son, or
oh, Dominic. That's Blaine's favorite person.
Yeah, so something along those lines. Personally, from the very limited knowledge that I have watching YouTube shorts, I feel like Liv Morgan is very full of herself and stuff, and I personally would go for Rhea Ripley's team to win.
All right.
Sweet.
Yeah, they fight over Dominic Mysterio, and that is Blaine's favorite person of all time. Just to let you know, Gary, he loves Dominic
out of
Mysterio.
all people on the roster, that's the motherfucker y'all gonna want to fight over.
That's
I
great.
love it.
That's great. Who you going with, Blaine?
I'm going with Rhea and Io to retain. I just think, like Justin said, they just put the strap on them not too long ago, so I don't see them losing it just yet. And I think this is where it's going to be the dissension between the Judgment Day. So I think something's going to happen between Liv and Roxanne.
Can I ask a question really
Oh, go
quick?
ahead.
Why on the like show card thing does Liv Morgan look like a serial killer from a horror movie?
You're right.
I have no clue.
She does.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she really does.
Yeah, like
She does.
It-
She looks like
it's
something
kinda
out of
creepy.
Scream.
sorry to derail. I just had to ask.
Hey, shit happens. It's all good. Jordan, who you rolling with?
I'm going with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky.
See, I think Steven in the comments is up to something because the Kabuki Warriors are very much in this as Rhea and them and Liv and them. So I think they get involved, and either it's a no contest match over and we save it for the Rumble, or they make the match again and it's a triple threat tag for the women's tag titles, and Asuka and Kairi Sane are inserted into this match. If they don't do that, if I gotta pick a winner, I'm gonna go Rhea and Io Sky to win. So I think because there's gonna be some sort of friction between the Judgment Day. I don't really trust them going forward with this because there's something up with Liv and Roxanne, and for some reason I just can't tell what it is. Something's gonna go down. If it doesn't go down, then it's gonna go down on Raw, and there's gonna be some sort of turn because for one, there's way too many women in that group for one, and for
she's the alpha out of the three.
Yeah. And then whenever Liv Morgan came back, I already said something was going to happen between them two, and they seem to be all buddy. Yeah, that's not going to. it's not gonna last very long. So I'm going Rhea and Io, but I do think Steven's up to something with the triple threat tag.
So do y'all think the push that they giving Liv, or they've been given, is reminiscent of the push that they gave Alexa Bliss before she got pregnant? I think it's the same line. Like they was pushing Alexa Bliss or whatever. Then now they was pushing Liv. I think it's going along the same lines.
Honestly, for me, I would say Liv would be champion right now if it wasn't for the injury that she suffered, because she was doing this whole thing with. It was going to be with Nikki Bella. It was around like SummerSlam time, but then she got hurt and she was out for a while. So I thought for sure she'd be like women's champion right now if it wasn't for the injury. And soon enough, she's going to be champion again.
Yeah, I don't know. I just seem like their careers is the same. We're the same.
Yeah. I mean, you could.
I could
Definitely
be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could see it. All right, our next match is Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. We know Jacob Fatu coming back, costing Cody his title in the steel cage match versus Drew McIntyre. But the thing is, Jacob went after both of them, and he went after Cody right after Cody kind of tried to intervene himself in the mix, which costed him his championship. So now we're getting them to a Saturday night's main event. I think it's going to be a really good one. Justin, who you got?
I have to say this first. Like, you know how Cody Rhodes is going around saying that Jacob Fatu screwed him out of the championship? You know, Cody, you kind of screwed yourself out of the championship because you had dumb fucking babyface syndrome. Like, legitimately, this man showed up to beat up Drew McIntyre. That was it. He basically showed up to beat up Drew McIntyre because he assumes that Drew is the reason why he got taken out. So instead of you just letting him beat up Drew and going on to retain your championship, even though Drew winning the title was the absolute correct decision, period, that you say that it's his fault that you lost championship when you were stupid enough to just be like, listen, I get it. You're mad at him right now, and I get it. It's completely understandable, but you have to understand that I'm the babyface here in this scenario. I can't have help from you. Like, why? Like, brush off your dumb babyface for a second, and all of a sudden go, okay, my championship's on the line here. This guy's here to basically get redemption on some guy that he believes is the reason why he got taken out. I'm going to get the hell out of here and go win this champion and keep my championship. No, like, Cody, I'm sorry. Dumb babyface syndrome is the worst thing that any babyface gets in pro wrestling, period. And Cody's unfortunately suffered from it. That's why. Hands down, though, I'm excited for the match. I think it's going to be awesome. I got Jacob winning it, honestly. Like, Cody genuinely does not need a win. Jacob needs a win. So I'm going with Jacob.
All right. Gary.
I don't want to seem like I'm just following everyone, or Justin, I guess, because he's the only one going before me, but I know nothing about Jacob Fatu at all. I do know who Cody Rhodes is, but from all the stuff that I have seen, I don't really care for him, so I'm gonna have to go against him, and I think Jacob is gonna take it.
Nice, buddy.
I don't understand this storyline right here. I just reminded me I don't understand it. But I'm gonna go with Jacob. He's just coming off an injury or whatever it was. He's not going to lose his first match back. So I'm going with Fatu.
Jordan?
I'm going Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I'm also going Jacob Fatu. I, for one, know that Jacob needs this win more than Cody needs it. Cody doesn't need this. And, coming off an injury, his first, match back, really, like on an actual TV special, PLE, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I think he needs this more than Cody does for sure. So I'm gonna go with Jacob. It's gonna be a really good match, and I really hope that no one gets involved because I would love to see this match just go to the ending. Like fucking Drew McIntyre get involved or something like that. Just let
You
the
know
match
he's going
go.
to get it. You know he's going to get involved.
Sadly, I'm just save Cody Rhodes from another loss. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a DQ or something.
Boo. All
And
of that.
then, and then we have a fatal 4-way to close the show out to determine the #1 contender for Drew McIntyre's title. We have Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, and Sami Zayn. I am putting Gary at a major disadvantage with this one because he has zero clue who anyone other than Randy Orton is, probably.
That is true. Yeah, Randy Orton's the only one that I know.
Yeah. So take to Google right now. What is a Trick Williams?
What is a whoop that Trick Willie?
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair that I go first, just so I don't look like I'm copying Justin's answers every time. Yeah, I have no clue who anyone is, except Randy Orton. Man, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn. I have no clue.
That's not a bad pick.
It's really not.
I think it's kind of super obvious here from who's going to win this right now, because where is Saturday night's main event right now? It's in Montreal. I wonder who's going to win at this fucking point. Sami Zayn's going to get this one at this point. Sami Zayn's going to go to Saudi Arabia to face Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. I wonder if that sounds logically correct to anybody out there. I feel like they just gave it away. Like, it's kind of cool. Like, it's cool that they're doing it, because I know, like, I, for one, was somebody who kept saying that Sammy's going to win the Rumble because the Rumble's in Saudi. Sammy's going to win. It makes sense. But honestly, they haven't done shit with Sammy this year. They've literally done nothing with Sami Zayn this year, enough to even warrant him winning the Royal Rumble. I say give him the rest of this year and lead him into next year, because I can see him being one of the night 1 or 2 main events for Saudi Mania next year. So I think that we're unfortunately going to drag it out and wait for then. But I think just hands down, being the fact that we're in Montreal, literally for Saturday night's main event, we're in Saudi Arabia for Royal Rumble. You only have one correct decision, and that's Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I think Justin is just copying me now.
Go on.
Love it.
That's great. That's great. Plain, who you going with?
I'm going away from the other two. I'm going. I don't think Trick Williams is ready, even though he came in hot. But like they did it the right way. Come in hot, get a few wins under your belt. Well, I don't think he's gonna win tonight. That match. Damian, I just think he's done with on the main event pictures. I think he got the strap once. I don't think he'll get it again. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think he'll get it. So it only leaves 1 or 2 guys. I'm going Randy to win tonight, and I'm going Sammy to win the Rumble.
Shit, you gonna spoil your pick before the prediction show next week?
Damn. Oh, well, sorry, but yeah.
Damn.
Hey, it might change by next week, but right now that's what I'm rolling with.
Yeah, very well could. Yeah. Jordan?
Oh, I'm going Sami Zayn.
I think I'm going to go with someone who can afford to take a loss to this, because, I mean, whoever wins, obviously, they're not beating Drew. I'm going to go Randy Orton. I think Randy can afford a loss. I think Randy can afford to put someone over like Drew McIntyre. Because we all know Drew's not going to lose that title just after winning it. Not a chance. So if you give it to Sammy, if you give it to Sammy, it's all about giving him that hometown pop at the end, and that's it. If you give it to Damian Priest, I don't find it makes sense. If you give it to Trick Williams, you're automatically putting him in a position to lose already. But if you give it to Randy Orton, he's that vet that comes in and can afford to take an L. So for one, I hate to pick against these guys because I feel like every one of these people deserve it. But it's just to see who's going to lose to Drew McIntyre. That's all it is.
Mhm.
So for that case, I'm just gonna go Randy. It's honestly might gonna be Sami Zayn because they're in Montreal to get that hometown pop. But it's just for him to lose again. Why do it? So I guess I'll go Randy. I'm not 100% confident on it, but I guess that's the way I'm going to go with it.
Last time he was in a big match in Montreal, he lost to Roman for the belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Basically going to do it again, I have a feeling.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to win that match right here.
They're going to take the L to Drew, and then they're going to use that as their thing where it's like, I came up short twice, once against Roman, once against Drew. Now it's time for me to elevate myself to win next year.
Pretty much. But anyway, I think it's going to be a good show. And in that case, I will close out the show so Justin can get over to COD for the Dynamite watch along that has already kicked off. So I feel like I'm kind of stealing Justin away from COD right now.
Good.
So I have
all good. Listen, no rush right now because literally it's just MJF cutting in a normal MJF promo right now. So
my guy, that's my guy. That's the only reason why
I was
actually.
And whenever we were predicting, I saw the time. I'm like, God damn! I hope someone else is on the watch along to kind of you can pop in after instead of just waiting on you to start it. Okay,
all good. So we're good. We got OPC over there, so we good.
Okay, cool. But no, that will wrap up this live stream edition of the World Elite Podcast. Before we move on to our big Royal Rumble prediction show next week, and speaking of the Royal Rumble, for the first time ever since he came onto the show, Blaine is actually coming to the A-Bear residence to watch the show with us.
Sweet.
Next Saturday. So yeah, we will have the trio together with some more. Gary, I'm pretty sure is going to be over watching it with us. And yeah, we're going to have a great time. So looking forward to that, looking forward to the Rumble, and looking forward to the live stream next week. Justin, I may be calling on you to come on and predict some with us.
I'm with you. Let me know.
Sounds good. I believe we got Eli coming on too. So
sweet.
So for sure it's going to be a good show. Gary, you're more than welcome to come back also. So yeah, we're going to try to get a lot of people. So it should be a fun show. But that will do it. Gary, this is the part where I get people's social media. Other than Facebook, do you have any other social media than that?
No, I don't. I'm not huge in social media, so.
All right, man of mystery. Justin.
Maybe at some point, but right now, nothing.
All right. Well, Gary, thanks for joining, man. It was always nice to have you on for the first time. Come talk some wrestling with us, and it'd be nice to have you back on. Justin, same goes to you, man. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Appreciate you. As always.
Where can we find you and Circle of Debate?
You can find me on X at JustinTime211, on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, you name it over there. TikTok at JC from NY211. But if you want to find me, it's basically every single night. We do watch-alongs like crazy. We discuss pro wrestling and everything else over there. We got gaming. It's Circle of Debate on YouTube. Come on over, subscribe to the channel. Again, the growth for the channel has been amazing. Appreciate you all for subscribing, liking, joining in the chat, and everything else as always. And I appreciate you guys for always having me on here when you do. So,
absolutely, man. Yeah. Blaine.
Oh Lord, hold on.
You took the week off. You had to start remembering your social media. You took the week off.
Let's see if I can remember this one.
I'm messing with you. You can find me on X at B_Arsenal_. Facebook, Blaine Arsenal. Also my podcast, Full Count Baseball Podcast. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube. So we got a lot of interviews coming up. Just stay tuned.
Sweet. Nice. Jordan.
You can find me on Twitter at Jordan_J2000.
That's right. You can find the podcast at World Elite Pod. We're also on Instagram at World Elite Pod as well. My personal account on Twitter at DylanAber_. The podcast is also on Facebook. Go give a like over there as well. Sub to the channel, like the video if you're watching right now or if you're watching the replay. We're also on every audio platform. So go, and if you listen to audio podcasts, go check us out on there. I don't know many people who really do that nowadays, but if you do, go check us out and go get us a follow on there as well. I'm gonna pop the QR code up. Hope it covered Blaine a little bit, but that is where our merchandise is at. If you don't want to scan the QR code, then the link for the same exact thing is in the description of the video as well. As far
Blaine, tickle the QR code.
oh,
Other side.
other side.
There you go.
It's on my this side is right there. I don't
That's
know.
funny.
But yeah, like I said, the link is in the description as well as far as our sponsors and affiliates as well. Go check them out also and show some love to them. But that will do it for this live stream edition of the World Elite Podcast. We will be back next week with, I'm assuming, a pretty loaded crowd for the Royal Rumble. Justin, Eli, I'll try to get Gary to come back and maybe a couple other faces to predict Royal Rumble. We're on the road to WrestleMania, and we're starting off with the Royal Rumble, which is going to be a really good show. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, that will do it. I hope everyone enjoys AEW tonight. I know Blaine won't because he won't be watching. Enjoy TNA if you're watching SmackDown, Collision, and of course Saturday night's main event. This will come in Saturday. But I hope everyone.
I see what y'all talking about now. I had to switch. I had to turn my camera around. I got y'all now.
But I hope everyone has a great week, and we'll see you on next week for our big Royal Rumble prediction show. So y'all have a good one.
Peace.